You go to like a plug hole with silicone on it, you scrape it off with a fucking Stanley, bosh, in it goes. Do it up with a flange, and it's there. I'm just being real. They don't leak. People turn around and say you shouldn't use silicone. It's like fuck off. Like it's not really a bodge, is it? It's just using something else that works.
Question for you lads: what's the most stupid, ridiculous request you've had from clients?
And he said, I want to put one of these in the main bathroom. Oh, and it's a urinal. I went, why? Why do you want to put a urinal in the bathroom? And he was like, well, I just thought like when I come back from like the pub, it'll be like just easier to go.
Lift the toilet seat.
And I'm like, really? I went, really? You want a urinal? Yeah, I want one.
Hello, welcome to
Off the Job!
Overtime, where there's banter and your stories shared. Please be warned, there may be some general explicit content.
Go.
Are you going to talk or what?
Go now. Okay. Welcome to Off the Job Overtime. We're just back after the Easter break. Filled with chocolate.
Oh, I ate too much.
Did you eat a lot of chocolate?
Oh, I felt like a bloated pig this morning at the gym.
Yeah, well, you look like a bloated pig as well. Oh, yeah. Lovely bit of
Nice
Easter.
weekend, though.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I went down to see the truck racing at Brands Hatch. Old Pointy got me in, didn't he?
Oh, he actually got you in?
Yeah, he got me in, yeah.
Free tickets?
Got me a free ticket, yeah. Only needed
How
one
fun is that? Look, you
kids
can't
go.
even get yourself in. I thought you was Insta famous.
Nah. Nah, not like you.
If you want like free food down Whitstable, just let me know.
Yeah, all right, I will do. He's carrying that crap on, is he? He's got to drag that one and stretch it out, isn't he? Yeah, man. Oh, I tell ya. What about your video, eh?
Again, if you need a bit of a boost on your Instagram, just let me know.
We use Kieran. I dropped
Can I just say something? Like,
yeah, go on.
it was a joke.
I know, yeah.
I don't want painters coming around my house with rollers.
They've all got their rollers, like pitchforks, but they're rollers.
Yeah, for anyone that didn't see it, tell them what we done.
Yeah, we basically, because we were in the new office and all that, we was doing a bit of painting on some doors, and there was a door on the floor, and Kieran's dad is a decorator, obviously, and we're just taking the piss out of him all day, really, weren't we, and having a bit of a laugh and that. And then, so as a throwaway video that
it weren't even scripted. Like, you asked me stuff, and I just said it.
It was just like, what do you reckon on painting decorators? And we just went into full like wind-up mode. But we know it's not an easy job.
No, it's not easy.
It's not an easy job.
It is skill to
it was only roller in the door, wouldn't you? Oh God! And the amount of decorators out there was like a little bit butthurt by it. Was like,
but I think that's the door that was cut down as well.
Yeah, no, they ripped the shit out the door, didn't they?
We didn't do that.
We didn't do it, no. But
yeah.
all we do was roller indoors. I mean, what that's easy to roller a door. All right, hang it up on the hinges and do it in place. We know it's a different. I would never
get
attempt.
All runs down it. Yeah.
I've tried decorating, and I can't do it. I tried doing it around my mother-in-law's, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm just no good with a paintbrush. I'm impatient. That's my thing. And painting is all in. Decorating is all in the prep, innit? That's the hard work, innit? The prep is the hard work of decorating.
Yeah. It's not easy, especially...
I'm not even saying the painting's easy, but I'm saying the harder bit of it is to get decorating or painting and decorating is all in the prep. They always say it's all in the prep.
It's all in the prep.
But the amount of comments
They've got like, what's it on now?
If you can piss, you can paint, innit?
Like 2.8 million views.
Yeah. It was like, it wasn't even like, I didn't even think it would go anywhere. I just did it for just a laugh, and it just went absolutely mental. But the amount of comments on there,
they weren't too bad. Like, there's a few offy ones, but it could have been a lot worse.
I mean, but there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon of like taking the piss out of decorators. You know what I mean? You can't piss, you can't paint. One was funny. I read it was, if you can piss and defecate, you can paint and decorate, which did make me laugh because I've never heard that before. But it's it's all just banter.
Did you put it on your TikTok?
I don't know if I did actually. I might have done. I can't remember. But
it's all a laugh banter.
It's all a laugh.
Don't take it serious.
And don't take it seriously. Anything we do is just a bit of a laugh. We're not trying to like downgrade anyone in the trade, because any
There's
trade
skill
work.
to every trade.
It's
isn't
skill
there?
to every trade.
And it's hard graft.
And it's
as
hard
well.
graft, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We're not here to downrate anyone. So
Still got bloody that black paint on me nails now.
got it all over his hands.
It's scarred me for life.
All over his hands. That's
All
what
over
I mean.
the walls.
He's dripping it all over the walls. I mean, like I showed that on the old stories as well, like just to show that we are crap. But yeah.
So what else you do the bank holiday? Did you have Friday to Monday off, or did you work?
I worked actually. I worked Good Friday. I went and done I've got to go back there this week. I went to a boiler job. What was that, Saturday? I can't remember. But one of the jobs I went to was an old Worcester that's apparently been serviced. And I opened it up and it was just like, oh,
No.
freaking hell.
Well, I see that actually. It had a leak or something.
There was a
didn't it? You
leak
shut
on
it
the
down,
side of
didn't
the
you?
heat exchanger. Yeah, because what happened was I had the case off and I just done a sweep on it, like with my flue gas analyzer, and it got up to 4,500 parts per million with like just on the red seal. And I was like, Now I had a red seal, but I didn't have the flow connector on the side of the heat exchanger what I need to get, and I didn't have which reminds me I've got to ring them up and order that. and also they needed a heating pump because they were saying about every time the boiler comes on making this boom 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 like a something taking off. I test the heating pump. The heating pump is lagging, so I'm guessing they need a new heating pump on it as well. So I said I can't really leave it like this. It needs a lot of work doing on it. I'll come and do it, not a problem. A lot of people say grass it.
It's still shut now.
A lot of people said grass it, but I was like, no. I mean, you could argue
So they've had
that
no
with the room
water.
seal on, right?
They
They had an electric shower.
Oh, is it?
They had an
Okay.
electric shower, and so that was covered. But you could argue that with it on, it's room sealed and those gases ain't going to get out. But for a couple of days, is it worth it?
Right, innit?
Do you know what I mean?
So you work. What else? You do anything else?
Well, I said, I went down to Brands Hatch.
Brands Hatch yesterday,
Brands Hatch,
yeah.
that was quite good. Took the old bin lids down there, and we, and we got rained
Bin
on.
lids?
Kids. That's how we say kids. When you're
They
cool,
did say
when
you're a
you're
bit-
cool dad.
That
you call
guy
them
did say
bin
you're a
lids.
bit cockney, didn't he?
Yeah, you call them bin lids, mate. Took the bins down there. You know what I mean? But no, it was quite a good day, actually. There was loads down there. They had like monster truck. You could go for rides on the back of monster trucks. Didn't do that, didn't have the money. But no, what they want to do, they want to play on these, they'd have like fair games. So they'll go, Dad, can I have 3 balls? 3 balls for like, I don't know what it is, £3. Yeah.
Can I have another 3?
Knock down the thing. And the other 2 was like, no. So I tap £3. Yeah. She misses all 3. Right. The other 2 go, I want to go. Oh, tap £6. They miss. All of them miss it. Right. We're not playing that crap anymore. Do you know what I mean? Then they go and get the old pick a mix. Boom, boom, put it on the scales. £12.95. You think, fucking hell. Now, can we watch some truck racing? Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
That's
all
what we're
adds
here
up when
for.
you go to them fun fairs. It's expensive,
it's good
innit?
though. It's just fun, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's all a crack, I suppose, isn't it? Got to do something at the Easter weekend. That was good. It's worth it because
The weather ended up being good, didn't it?
it was good.
Was it good up
So
here?
what
Because we was
happened
down
was-
Bath.
What?
We was in the Bath.
You was in Bath, was you? Bath and Cheddar
The weather
Gorge.
was all right. What was it like up here? Good.
It was all right. Like I got out the car park, we walked down. I'm wearing a hoodie and a fleece, and I'm carrying a bag of bits as well, like a few snacks for the kids and all that. I ain't got hot. We was all like wrapped up, ready for the rain. It's just like, and the sun comes out, and I go, let's go back to the van and put some stuff and like take some stuff off so we're not as hot. Comes back to the race, starts hammering it down with rain.
You can't win.
So,
We went on a
this
3-hour walk,
country man.
and I had like jogging bottoms and my jeans on. I had a t-shirt, jumper, and a jacket with a hat on because I thought it was going to be cold. Then the sun come out, and I was roasting.
You can't plan for it, can you?
You can't win, no.
Can't plan for anything in this country. Like if you go away, if you go to Cornwall,
It's got to be last minute.
if you go to Cornwall in the height of summer, you've got to take your winter clothes as well. Do you know what I mean? You like
The
not
thing
like
is-
going to Spain where you just go, shorts and a t-shirt.
That's why it's so busy down the coast. When the sun's out, everyone goes on the same day.
Yeah. If you're in Spain, you know, even if it rains, you know it's still going to be warm, don't you? You don't.
That's the one you take for granted, don't you? You don't go if you live by the coast.
Yeah.
That's one place I'd say I'd love to. If I was to be born somewhere in the UK, it'd be Cornwall, I think.
It's lovely down there. We used to
But
go
even
down
like
there.
Scotland is, but it's just the weather.
We used to go down to Cornwall. We used to go down to Padstow. Padstow's a nice place. Padstein, they call it, because Rick Stein owns most of it. We go in the seafood restaurant, and that is nice. Lovely stuff. We knew a couple of people who worked in there and that, and we used to go there quite regularly to the seafood restaurant. Lovely. And the coastline down there is the nuts as well. You go to Watergate Bay. You been there? Do you surf?
No,
try a
I've
bit of
tried
surfing?
it, but I've never fully tried it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
this is where I say I surf, and then everyone thinks of me on a surfboard.
Yeah.
I can't surf. I try it, yeah.
Yeah, but then I can say I can surf.
But
can you stand up for more than 10 seconds?
No, hardly anyone can.
Exactly. So
Not even like if you're.
Tom can surf. I think he can actually surf.
I mean, I've stood up probably for about.
Second.
Don't know.
That's on your knees as well.
No, I've done it for about a couple of 3 seconds. Yeah. Nothing. So it's just all about being out in the water when you're out there, isn't it? It's nice to go in a wetsuit and have a piss.
Have you done wakeboarding before?
And it's nice and warm, innit?
Have you done wakeboarding?
Same shit, innit?
That weren't my question, mate.
Yeah, I've done it, yeah. Well, no, that's where you get...
You get pulled along?
No, I ain't done that, no.
They've got one in Essex somewhere. I love that. I wish I could do that sort of more often.
Yeah, why don't we go? Why don't we go?
We can.
Let's go.
I done my shoulder when went last time.
Let's not go. Man's got to work.
No injuries,
I like
please.
that. So I do like it. I tell you what I like. Also, I've went. Have you ever been to Lee Valley? The white water rafting. Done that.
We went in
That was the Olympics.
Scotland.
We done that.
She won't go again. The boat kicked her out. We was going down this what do they call them?
Rapids.
And I look round, like as we're going down, I look round, she's gone. We're all still in the boat and it's kicked her out. And obviously it's dragged her underwater and she's popped up like 10 metres down the river.
Oh.
So we had to there was a boat in front of
Did
it.
she cry?
Nah. Well, lucky she's a swimming teacher.
Oh, yeah, of course she is, yeah. What was she worried about?
But I said,
part of the gig, innit?
I actually said the other day, she said, I'm not doing that again. Lucky there's a boat in front because it's a fast flowing river and she managed to get on the other boat with a stag do. They thought a stripper had got onto the boat. They thought their stripper had arrived.
God. You know, get yourself into trouble, ain't you?
But yeah, she got kicked out the boat.
Yeah, looks like you'll be surprised.
Kicked out in the boat
you might get kicked out of the house when
I
she sees this.
We actually joked about that before.
But
so sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's I like anything. I like the old wetsuits. Like I say, do you have a pissing one ever? I'll mention that in a minute. Tom was shaking his head when I said it. But if you pissed in a wetsuit,
Tom, you're getting his name wrong.
Tom, Robbie.
Everyone forgets Robbie.
Yeah, sorry.
I forgot him the other week.
Got your name, mate. Sorry. Have you ever had pissing one?
I can't remember. I don't really wear them that often. I don't get in the bath really.
But I used to wear them a lot because when I was doing when I was attempting surfing, I'd always have a pissing one. Like people at the bar was like, "Why is that dripping out the bottom of your leg, mate?" You know what I mean?
Have you obviously? It's an. I weren't listening. Was.
Oh, fuck. Why do I bother?
Say it again.
Why do I bother?
Say it again.
I said I'd have a piss in a wetsuit all the time. Like, you know what I mean? When I was attempting me surfing, and people at the bar would be saying, "Why is your wetsuit dripping at the bottom?" It's wasted. Isn't it?
Yeah, you could just have a wet wetsuit. They drip. Nah. Have you pissed in a swimming pool?
Yeah, from the edge.
As you're diving.
They said you can't piss in the pool, so I got out and pissed from the edge. That's an old joke. That is. That's a little. That's Father tells his son.
I've heard all your jokes, mate.
The father tells his son, doesn't he, not to piss in the pool. So
do you eat eggs on a Sunday for Easter?
What, chocolate eggs?
I was never a thing when I was younger.
What, chocolate eggs?
No, like
normal eggs.
Yeah, people have eggs and soldiers and stuff. Do you, Robbie?
Well, I did have eggs yesterday, but I scrambled
because
them.
we went to buy eggs from Tesco and Sainsbury's. They didn't have. They were sold out
on Easter.
Yeah, everyone has eggs on a Sunday.
Do they?
It's a tradition.
Never knew.
But yeah,
is it? I mean, people.
I never really thought it, but Lids made it like
maybe.
A tradition.
Well,
they were sold out, so
I'll tell you why. It's because Eddie Abu is really doing a number on people at the moment and influencing people into eating eggs. Yeah. That's why.
Selling out Tesco and Sainsbury's.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Some people thought that eggs cooked on Good Friday and eaten on Easter Sunday would improve fertility and prevent sudden death. And it became a custom for people to have their eggs blessed before eating them.
Well, didn't do the chickens any favours with the fertility statement, did it?
It's poor chickens.
What?
They're probably getting
what
eggs pulled out of them left, right, and centre for Easter.
Yeah.
I think we should move on.
Yeah, we're not doing very well on that one there, are we?
Mate, I've had enough today. Your energy's shit.
My energy?
Your energy's shit, mate.
My energy? Is he having a laugh?
I'm gonna walk.
Are you having a laugh?
I'm tempted to walk out. I ain't even joking.
My energy? Is this something you've planned?
You're falling asleep.
I am not.
You are. Look at you. Look fucking shattered.
Are you taking the absolute piss?
Nah.
Fucking hell. He's talking about energy.
The last 3 weeks have been ridiculous.
He's talking about energy. I'm just talking about pissing in a wetsuit, man. What are you?
I'm actually going to walk out.
Oh, yeah. Ta-da.
I'm joking. I was thinking as I was coming in earlier, I was like, how can I want to try and get him and make him angry.
Nah, mate, ain't going to happen, is it? I'm a happy-go-lucky person, you know. Already had me out with the drill upstairs.
But then you did clock it a little bit because you said if you set this up, but I didn't speak to Robbie.
Yeah, he's done me already. He's had me hanging whiteboards in the office. Hello, you wonderful listeners and watchers. Just pumping the brakes on this exciting episode to let you know about Kieran's app that's changing the game in the gas certificate world.
If you're sick and tired of doing gas certificates on paper, then Gas Certificate app is your way forward. But it wouldn't be an app worth talking about if that's it. With no hassle, you can manage your diaries, invoices and quotes for all your jobs so you'll never be chasing paperwork again.
Don't forget those boiler manuals. I can tell you how many times I've been looking at a boiler and thinking, what the? Thankfully, the in-app boiler manuals have saved me and got me out of quite the pinch.
If it's helped Pete here, then Gas Certificate app will definitely help you, especially with its easy-to-use gas reg calculator and the extremely handy ability to duplicate certs. Brilliant for when you're doing your annual services on previous jobs.
And for the icing on the cake, it has a complete offline mode. So if you're on a job in the middle of nowhere or servicing a boiler in the basement of a building with no signal, you've still got access to everything the app has to offer to keep you working hard.
So click the link down below or in the description. Use the code POD30 to get 30% off yearly subscriptions. That's for all new users. That's POD30 for 30% off our yearly subscriptions for new users. Should we go through some positive comments?
Yeah.
Let's get some comments going of the week.
Yeah.
Should we brand it as comments of the week?
Okay.
So we put a video out saying it will only take you 15 minutes from a customer.
All right.
At Shazza has put loads of people and office staff. You'll be done in no time. Goes to book another job in. Do you make sense of that?
So, can you
At Shazza, loads of people and office staff. ... In brackets. You'll be done in no time. Goes to book another job in. So maybe you're talking about the office staff booking a job in.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
Because Abigail actually
that's office staff saying that, and then that they're telling you that because they want to put more work.
Abigail put this is true. In my previous company, the diary management for the fitters was controlled by people who had no clue, including myself. I controlled the installations calendar for at least 6 months. Most companies will put office administrators in these roles, but offer no training into what the tradesman job actually involves. It's true, isn't it?
Mm.
They don't know how long it's going to take you. But when I used to work, the office staff, I told them how long it would take. Then they'd book the jobs in around that.
Yeah. I had somebody say...
And then don't tell them you finish early because I put another one in.
I had someone the other day say to me about that a certain boiler manufacturer, we won't name, we don't want to drop anyone in it, but right, to change an expansion vessel on it, they give you 5 hours, right, because it's a boiler off the wall job. But, right.
You done a job for a boiler manufacturer?
No, I didn't. But if you do it a certain way, it only takes an hour. Do you know what I mean? There might be a few people who know what that is, but what they're doing is they're booking the 5 hours and doing it the way it takes an hour, which I think is work smart, not hard. And that's the way to do it, innit? Come on, what else you got?
What's one myth? So we asked this question. What's one myth about your trade you want to debunk?
One myth
straight away about the piss. Does this even relate? It's at gmuck79. If you can piss, you can paint.
Yeah.
We had a lot of that on
we've
that
heard
video.
a lot of that, yeah.
At Underwood_carpentry, carpenters don't fit carpet. Carpenter. So it's like carpenter.
Paul, leave the jokes to us, son.
Oh, do you know him?
Yeah.
At Sorry, mate. At Pablo_Plumco bars.
Pablo Plumber Bar, yeah.
Plumber bars.
Pabs, yeah.
Silicone doesn't belong on the toilets.
That's a myth.
Someone actually said to me about your story. I got a message.
What?
He said, he said, does Pete do plumbing? I've just seen his video with the 3 pan connectors.
Oh, right, yeah, so that's another one that's really got taken off. Right, let me just straighten this up, right? Yes, if you're on a job and you're out in the sticks and you're not anywhere close, right? So this job, I went, right, it's got 3 pan connectors on. I went...
Well, it had 3 pan on it already?
No.
One flexi.
The man wanted to move the toilet over 45 mil.
At the end of the day, it's a bodge job.
45 mil. 45 mil to get it centre. The original first fix wasn't centred, yeah? You're not going to gun out the floor, right? Now, loads of people on that have commented...
Move the toilet over.
Yeah, I've moved it over, you fuck. That's the fucking job, right?
Okay.
I've moved the toilet over 45 mil.
And it's still not centre.
It's centre. Right, it's centre. But don't get me wrong, I did a bit of clickbait for Instagram and I put a fucking green laser level on it for a pan connector, just taking the piss out of Instagrammers and that, right? Because this is what I do, just take the piss out of it. But the job, I had a flexible pan connector. Do you think I would have put 3 fucking pan connectors together if that flexible pan connector had have worked?
Yes, because I've seen your work.
No, I wouldn't. It was unable to do it. Half of the video don't do it justice. Half of the hole was under the fucking wall. That's why I used an offset pan connector to get it out from under the wall. Yeah. I could have used 2 if I'd have had a long nose pan connector.
But it's just you done with what you had.
I had what I had. And the point of the video is every fucker out there has cut a corner or done something to get the job done. The fucking pan has been in for 2 months. Everyone's saying it's going to block.
Yeah, that shit's probably like sitting in there.
No, it ain't. I'll tell you now, it's a busy household. That ain't blocked up. Yeah? Why people want to just, come on, all these wannabe, like, know-all plumbers. I'm not admitting that it's a good job. And the other thing was, I siliconed. No, I'm not saying it's a perfect job. It's a job to get out of trouble and do what the guy wanted for 45 mil, yeah? You couldn't do it for straight, flexi. I was there. I had the other stuff. It wouldn't work, yeah? And the thing with silicon around the fucking pan connector, what's wrong with that?
Do you do it on all? Why do you need to do it?
I'll tell you why it was.
The pan connector's made to be sealed.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you about this, because if you've got a Mac power...
Like belts and braces,
let me tell you. You've got a Mac Calpine connector, right? A Mac pan connector. Long stem, yeah? You cut it down. That long stem is 4 inch, but it's slightly smaller than 4 inch pipe. Yeah, it's got to be because it goes in 4 inch pipe. When you put a pan connector together with a pan connector, as you did in the old days, you put a bit of 4 inch over the fins and put it in. That creates a seal, right? I cut it down. I didn't
Where
have
did you
to.
put the silicone?
It sits in the pan connector.
Oh, so you sat it in and
I
you
put it in
round.
and I put it round, but it still seals. That will still seal, but belt and brace it, because
Yeah,
if
but
that
why-
ever backs up,
But why? It's not going to come back.
Why wouldn't it? It's a downstairs toilet.
Yeah, well, it can, but it's just
It
going
can
to come
back up
the
and
toilet.
it can leak. No, pressure on the toilet. If you've got it full up, that can make like seals leak. Bit of fucking CT1 round that, mate. That ain't never going to leak. Ain't never going to leak.
Sorry, I agree with you, Pablo.
It ain't never going to leak. People get het up on this silicon stuff, right?
Have you ever used LSX?
Yeah, I've used
The
LSX.
guy that I used to work with, he used to use it on everything.
Yeah, but I don't use it
Like
too
£7
much.
a tube.
I know
it was
some
back
people
then.
used it on threads. They used it like, if you've ever had like a plastic, like, like they plastic threads and then you put two females on it. People put washers on them and they put it around the threads. I never did, but I see people do that. But me, right, I've been plumbing 24 years and all I did was get slagged off for doing that, right? It's not leaked. It's not
silicone.
blocked. Yeah.
Who did you learn it off? Someone must have showed you. Or you just thought, I'm
Nobody
gonna
told
do
me.
it.
It's just belt and braces.
Is it because you got a lot of leaks, so you think I best start putting silicone
No, it's not
around
because
it?
of that. It's not because of that. It's belt and braces. And anyone who says, I love it when they say, if you put silicone around the bottom of a plug hole, right? And a lot of people disagree with it, right? But I've been to them where there's silicone around them, and getting that off silicone under a plug
What do you
is
use?
easier. It's
So
easier.
you put silicone, didn't you?
Yeah, fuck it.
I use plumber's mate.
Plumber's mate. Well, you get that off. That over years, that can go hard. That's a fucker to get off. You go to like a plug hole with silicone on it, you scrape it off with a fucking Stanley, bosh, in it goes, do it up with a flange, and it's there. I'm just being real. They don't leak. People turn around and say, you shouldn't use silicone. It's like, fuck off. Like, it's not really a bodge, is it? It's just using something else that works.
I get it. You got to seal the plug hole in some ways, but in terms of putting it around a pan connector, you should be relying on the pan connector.
You should
to do
be
the
relying
job.
on it, but like I say, sometimes in that situation, and what it was as well, I never showed up the cleaned up job of it. I just left it. I did obviously clean up the joint. It's never gonna leak ever. CT1 works under fucking water.
I'd be interested to know
it can't leak.
how many people use silicone. There must be quite a few people out there.
There is, but like I used to use plumber's mate all the time. You do a little sausage around it, tuck it all in, make it in with a plastic washer. Yeah, and then you try and change that.
Cost expense though, it goes a long way, plumber's mate. Tube of silicone is going to go hard in the van.
But you've already got it on the van. How much do you use? You're only using a bead.
Yeah, but do you put a cap on the end of it and
You don't
stop
have
it
to.
going hard?
You don't have to put a
the
cap on the end of it.
silicone.
No,
You're going to reuse that same tube.
some of them have caps, yeah. You can reuse it. I
pull the end of it
really
out.
don't see that. I'm probably
You see
gonna
what you
get
done, Pablo?
I'm really going to get hate for this, but like, I don't see the problem with it. Just because they don't tell you to do that in college, like, do you know what I mean? There is nothing. It's innovation. Like silicones now are better than what they used to be. Like especially like I use like BT1 and that and stuff like that. It's innovative. You know.
I was going to go on.
Listen, people don't agree with plastic pipe or push fit. Yeah, there's a lot of people who slag
It's
off.
made to do the job.
It's made
isn't
to
it?
do the
At
job.
the end of the day.
You know, people say silicone's the thing. It's sealing. It's sealing up a fucking seal.
Shall we move on before you get angry?
Fucking.
Right, so we did ask, who in your field do you admire the most and why? I wonder if anyone mentioned you. JRD Heating got to be SRT Heating, one of the best commercial engineers out there at the minute.
I've worked with Simon. He's a brilliant engineer. He's good lad, good bloke to work with as well. He's really good geezer. Do you know what I mean? Really good geezer.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I met him. At Hotting Up Limited, put Crookshank Plumbing. John Boy is a legend.
I've worked with him as well. Yeah, really good guy to work with.
Gardenscape_Wiltshire. Easy, is that like saying hello? At Broadlandscapes, look at his page. You understand why. Unbelievable attention to detail.
Landscapes. Yeah, I've seen him. I've met Tom as well.
People don't
Garden
appreciate gardening that much, do
Yeah.
they?
No,
That's an
it's
hard one
fucking
as
hard
well.
work. That is, yeah.
I love it when they make all the bushes into a shape.
Yeah, I've met Tom, Wiltshire, in it. Did you say
Gardenscape_Wiltshire.
Gardenscape? Yeah, Wiltshire. I've met Tom. He's a big lad, strong. He's got to be, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's good at what he does. He's really good at. He's growing his page, and he's doing really good content as well. And he's a nice fella as well.
That'd be a different trade.
Looks a little bit like what's his name?
Remember you said he's a big lad.
No. What's his name? James Corden.
Okay,
Looks like James Corden.
Yeah.
Nice
and then GC Rock Plumbing, but I'd love to be on a project with HUD's tiling services and learn from the master, even to shadow unpaid, learn some invaluable techniques.
I've been on a project with him.
That's how you met him, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's how I met him, yeah.
Gascade Limited put SMH Gas Specialist and Crookshank Plumbing. The way these two are pushing gas appliances to be the most efficient they possibly can shows that our industry still has a long way to go, and we're all capable of so much more.
SMH
and Crookshank, yeah, Gascade Limited put that. They do go into depth, don't they?
SMH, yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah, he's all right. I love Mark. Yeah, he's a good mate of mine.
Yeah, they do go in depth. Like, fair play to them to be that keen.
Yeah, no, it's
you
like,
need people like that.
Like, listen, it's all good in it. Like, these guys, they're passionate about what they do. Yeah, I've got no problem with that. Not a problem. But
that's the sort of people you want working in your house that are gonna work out things properly. Not all the time, but you don't.
It depends, isn't it? Like, it's like what Ollie was saying the other week. It's like if we can design the best systems going, yeah. But if you've got somebody who just wants a boiler change and they just need a boiler change, they've not got the money to pay out for a redesign of the system or this. They need what they need. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's whether or not they wanna or they've got the time or money to pay out for something that's going to better it in the long run. Because at the moment, if they've got no heat or hot water, they just want it working, don't they? You know what I mean?
It depends what the client is, customer. Yeah. Then Crookshank put tough one this because there are so many top engineers out there. So I'm going to go left field and say the ball builders for the crack. So he'd go and work with the ball builders, or who do you admire?
Yeah,
he admires bald people.
He admires their crack.
Just want to read out this comment. This guy's put, "Hey lads, just want to say that this is from, what is his name? It's at the end anyway. Brian the Handyman. He's put, hey lads, just want to say that this podcast gets me through some crap days but overall good days. My girlfriend sent me this post and just thought it was a good idea, but also a bit of waste of heat and energy as it's where it's located. Question for you lads. What's the most stupid, ridiculous request you've had from clients? Keep going, lads, as you are smashing it on the pod. Brian the Handyman." So what's the most stupid or ridiculous request you've had from a client?
What's yours first?
Mate, I'm not good on the spot. You think I'm going to think before you?
I tell you what, I've not really had a ridiculous... I probably have had ridiculous requests. Tell you, I got one. Right, okay. So, a weird one for me was I've done a few big projects, and I worked for a builder who sadly isn't with us anymore because of mental health thing, but that's another story. But he was doing his project, had 4 bathrooms. I've put all like underfloor heating in, unvented cylinder, the shebang and all that, yeah. And he said, I want to put one of these in the main bathroom. Oh, and it's a urinal. I went, why? Why do you want to put a urinal in the bathroom? And he was like, well, I just thought like when I come back from like the pub, it'll be like just easier to go
lift the toilet seat.
And I'm like, really? I went, really? You want a urinal? Yeah, I want one. So I put a urinal in his like main master bathroom, and it was like,
that ain't a bad. I think I'd do that.
No, I think that's I think that I just think like it's just on a focal selling point. So since I look after the house, since he's passed away, right? And the customers now don't use it as a urinal. It's a flower pot in the bathroom. I don't know if they want me to get it removed or what. I said, you got to do something with it because the trap's going to dry out, innit? Do you know what I mean? So,
I think I'd have one, you know.
really?
Yeah.
Why would you want a urinal in a bathroom?
Like the nice little white ceramic.
No,
Not
it's
like
just-
a
it's
metal.
just you've got like you've got a lovely freestanding bath, a lovely big shower, yeah, double basin, toilet, and next to it a piss hole.
The thing, I think it's more, saying that, it's more, I can't think of the word. What's the word? The only word I can think of is clean. Hygienic. Because you use that to piss in and that to poop in. Rather than peeing over the toilet seat and then you got to wipe it or someone's going to sit on
we've
it.
all pissed in a basin before. There's nothing wrong with it, is it?
Or the clients. No, but it's more hygienic. I think people buy into that. We in there, like men, not women. Men, we in there.
I just reminded me
And-
of something.
I think it's more hygienic.
I remember when I was a kid, right, talking about pissing in things you shouldn't piss in, right. I remember when I was at school, in primary school, right. I think I must have been at Beavers, right, and it was held at the primary school of an evening, and every time, right, there's this little urinal, and I used to go piss in it, right. Used to piss in it all the time. One night, right, the door's open to the toilet, and the caretaker has gone, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's gone. I've gone, I'm going to the toilet. He went, "That's a fucking water fountain." I should have known, right, that they wouldn't have put, well, I was only 5 or 6, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have put a urinal next to an open door to the whole thing. But I'm just standing there pissing in his water fountain, and he's going, "It's a water fountain." But it looked
How old was you?
I was about 6.
And it was outside.
No, it was in the toilet, but it was right by the
okay,
door
yeah,
as you opened it. So I'm just standing there like on tiptoes, pissing in this. So I'm thinking it's a little baby urinal.
He
But it was
thought
actually,
you was the water
but
fountain.
it was actually it looked like a water. It looked like a little baby urinal.
You know when you get the like little baby kids
I
and the
remember,
water fountain
and the kids.
coming
I
out.
think what it was. I think what when I went in. I think when I went in there one day and all the big kids were getting changed in the toilets. Right, I was going to go to the big. They went, "Use that one over there," like as a joke. Do you know what I mean? They wound me up. So forever on then, I was pissing in this water fountain. All the kids are drinking from it. I've been pissing in it for the last 6 months or however how long I've pissing in it for. But yeah, there's one for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our, what did he say? I can't think of one. Stupid and ridiculous request. But thanks for the comment.
Yeah, thanks for the comments.
Thanks for listening.
I tell you, I got a little story.
Can I let you read out
Oh,
some
well,
of
you
our
want me to
stories?
read out a story?
Yeah, let me...
I've got my own story in a minute. Nothing to do with plumbing. Well, technically it is, and technically it
You're going to have to scroll down.
Right, here's a story then sent in to us. I was doing some night work at Acton Town Tube Station, going about it well around 11 p.m. There was a scaffold being erected outside the entrance, so my job was to paint the scaffold poles at the bottom using white emulsion to ensure that people coming off the train would not walk into them. I was painting about 4 foot up using a striker paintbrush, which is about 1 foot long with a brass ferrule at one end holding the bristles, and I had my dust sheets down ready to start. By this time, the scaffolders had nearly finished around 12 a.m, so I had a couple of hours of work left. I had just got started, had painted a few poles, then this nutter came up to me saying, "Give me a fag, you cunt!" My reply was, "I don't smoke." But I had my fag in my left hand and my foot-long paintbrush in the other. So he said, "Don't lie, you..." He said it again, the word, yeah?
Yeah.
"What's that in your effing hand?" By this point, the cigarette butt was burning my fingers. So I said, "What, this you..." He's used the word again, C-U-N-T, lifting the brush full of white emulsion, and I hit him around the head with it, which split his head open.
Angry painter.
God, this is what you got to deal with, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was wearing a black leather jacket, so you could imagine the state he was in. His reply was, "I only wanted a effing fag." My reply, "You shouldn't have called me a..." He said it again, the C-U-N-T word. "Then I would have given you one." Luckily, the scaffolders hadn't left and shouted down, "You all right, mate?" I said, "Not really, just had this nutter come up to me." Then they said, if he comes back, hit him with this, and gave me a short scaffold pole. My reply, I'm not out to kill anyone. Then they went home, and by this time I just wanted to paint the poles and go home myself. When I looked over my shoulder, the nutter had come back and was on the opposite side of the road. I couldn't take the chance of him coming back over in case he had a knife on him. So I thought, fuck this, I'm going home. So I quickly put everything in the van and left. The next day, the boss phoned up giving me a bollocking saying people had been complaining about paint all over their clothes because I left in such a hurry I forgot to put the paint signs, the wet paint signs up, and the people come off the last train had walked into it. My reply to him was, you shouldn't send people out to work at night on their own. That's from Terry, a retired painter and decorator. Thanks a lot, Terry. Thanks a lot. Were you retired by choice or sacked? Is the question. Yeah.
You get some nutters on the underground.
You do, don't you? You do get some nutters on the underground, and yeah, but
be careful of the white paint.
Yeah, but yeah. Right. So I worked on site, right, with this electrician. Yeah, and he told me a story about his cousin, right? I don't know where it was, up north somewhere. And his cousin, right, was with this bird, right, and he had a baby with her. He split up with a bird, right? Who's his bird go for next? Well, he's dead.
No way.
Well, I've seen that happen before. Right, I've seen that happen. Right, but his dad's had a baby with the girl as well.
No way.
Yeah, which is a bit shit. And I questioned him. I said, "Well, hang on a minute. Well, how does that? What does that make them in relation? Them two kids?
Why would you do that? That's just I've heard of
because women want cock.
Yeah, but I've heard of the woman going with the dad and stuff, but not like having a kid.
Well, it happens.
Must have been.
I mean, it does happen.
An accident.
It does happen. But anyway, but I have said to him, I said, how do you work out what relation are they? What? So you got the kid here who's with the electrician, yeah, and then his dad has got a kid there. So there's two kids. Right?
How do you explain that to the kids?
But technically, this kid, as well as being the kid's stepsister, is also the auntie. So that makes them a santi.
Oh, mate.
That's a new relative. That's a new relative right there. I went, yes, and...
so people are going to go
so
around
who is
now
this? Oh,
and
this is my santi. What? It's good, isn't it?
You actually add in words to the dictionary.
Ah, mate, that is a new relative. Yeah.
Putting this in front of
and all
auntie.
this like this way this world goes now, where people
you can call yourself whatever you
procreate
want.
with cousins,
Do
brothers,
you know what I
and
heard of?
fathers.
I think I mentioned it.
Share about.
I mentioned one. Is it ecosexual? Yeah, ecosexual. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of that. What is that? That is where they have sex with trees, isn't it?
Yeah, they can do anything they like in nature. They call them ecosexual. Not like with someone else, but doing stuff to nature.
Doing stuff to trees.
So you can shag a tree, hug
that
a
don't
tree.
count for sheep.
No.
That's called something else.
It can't have a heartbeat.
But it's nature, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not. It's bestiality. It's worst case. But nature, they're shagging holes in trees and stuff like that. Imagine you shag a tree, right? And a squirrel.
That would hurt, wouldn't it?
A squirrel's there.
The other side.
Foraging for the winter. It's dangerous.
You got a Glorio in the tree of a squirrel the other side.
He's getting himself off to some blue tits.
Oh, dear.
There's some fucked up people in the world, isn't there? Hey. All good though, all good. Whatever you do, sort yourself out, pleasure yourself, be one with nature.
Each to their own, isn't it?
But if you get caught by a load of school kids, you're a nonce. All right?
Right, on that note, should we...
that's what it was. That's it. That's just so good. I remember seeing it on Dapper's. I think Dapper laughed about
that's
it.
That's
where it was, wasn't it? I actually commented on that post. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's all right. In at the waterfall, wanking himself. He's at the waterfall in the Arndale Centre wanking himself off, but he's one with nature, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? See, co-sexual.
Oh, dear. Right.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. I don't know what you make up of this week.
Have we gone off topic at all? We've always said it's not all about the trades. We're just having a general chit-chat, laugh and catch up on this show. So, thanks for... right. And just before I go... It's lucky we don't need a licence to have a podcast.
Someone said that, didn't they?
No, you should have a licence for podcasts.
Imagine if you had to get, auditioned. What you spoke about. It might get regulated one day.
You might do. Ofcom. Get their heads in. Right, we're going to take over this podcast community.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No guest this week.
No.
Next week.
Is it next week?
I'm sure it's next week.
Yeah, you don't know, do you? Thanks very much. See you later.
All right, this has been another episode of Off the Job Podcast.
Thanks for watching the show on YouTube or listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts and all other streaming platforms.
If it's your first time watching or not, make sure to subscribe below and follow us on all the big social media stuff like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
For our overtime show on Monday, send us in your stories and comments for it to be read out on the show. Send it in via email, direct message through our social media accounts or WhatsApp us on 07457 406 259.
And we'll see you on the next episode.